This video is on solving simultaneous equations where one of the equations is non-linear. Now, when I have a linear equation and a non-linear equation and I need to solve them simultaneously, I should always choose the linear equation, and if I need to rearrange it to make either A or B the subject, I should do that, but sometimes I may not need to, and then substitute that into the non-linear equation. So I'm going to number my equations. It's going to be 1 and it's going to be 2. Now the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to rearrange this equation to make B the subject, because that's going to be quite easy. So rearrange equation 2. So equation 2 is 2a plus b is equal to 1. And if I rearrange it to make b the subject, b is equal to 1 minus 2a. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute this value into equation 1 into this position there. So I'm going to substitute b equals 1 minus 2a into equation 1. Okay, so my equation 1 is 8a squared minus, b is now 1 minus 2a, so I'm going to substitute that. So I have 1 minus 2a squared equals 2. Now what I have is a quadratic equation. Now I need to multiply this out, simplify, and then try and solve that. So let's do that. So I have 8a squared minus 1 minus 2a times 1 minus 2a, and that's equal to 2. Now I'm going to multiply out these brackets. Now when I do that, I must make sure that I put brackets around here because of this minus there. So 8a squared, take away all of what I have when I multiply this out. So 1 times 1 is 1. Then I have 1 times minus 2a is minus 2a. And then minus 2a times 1 is another minus 2a. That makes minus 4a. So minus 4a. And minus 2a times minus 2a is plus 4a squared. Plus 4a squared. And that's equal to 2. Now I'm going to multiply out the negative 1. So by negative 1 I mean this negative here is going to multiply to all of these things. So I'm going to have minus 1. This minus times minus 4a is plus 4a. And this minus times plus 4a squared is minus 4a squared. Minus 4a squared, and that's equal to 2. Now I'm going to simplify this. 8a squared minus 4a squared is just 4a squared. I have a plus 4a, so I'll write the plus 4a. And I have minus 1 is equal to 2. Now I'm going to take away 2 from both sides to make this right hand side 0. So I'm going to have 4a squared plus 4a. Now minus 1 take away 2 is minus 3, and that's equal to 0. So now I have a quadratic equation where one side is 0. Now I need to look to factorize this, and if I can't factorize, I'll use the quadratic formula. So I need to start by doing a times c. So a times c is minus 12. I'll do this in a different color. So I need a product of minus 12. So two numbers with a product of minus 12 and a sum of 4. So a sum of 4 here. So now I know that these numbers are going to be 6 and minus 2. 6 and minus 2, when I multiply them, I get minus 12. And 6 take away 2 gives me 4. So I'm going to write this 4a as 6a and minus 2a. So I'm going to write 4a squared plus 6a and minus 2a. So this plus 6a and minus 2a gives me the 4a there. and I have minus 3 equals 0. Now I'm going to factorize these two terms and then these two terms separately. So I'm going to have 2a, then I have 2a plus 3. Here I'm going to factorize minus 1 from each of these. So I'm going to have minus 1, then I'm going to have 2a plus 3, that's equal to 0. Now I can see that 2a plus 3 and 2a plus 3 is a common factor, so I'm going to factorize that out here. So I will have 2a plus 3, and then my new bracket is going to be 2a minus 1, and that equals to 0. Now I know that either this bracket needs to be 0 or that bracket needs to be 0. So either 2a plus 3 is equal to 0, and in that case a is going to be equal to minus 3 over 2, or 2a minus 1 is equal to 0, and in this case a is going to be a half. Now that I've found my values for a, and there are two of them, I need to find the corresponding value for b for when a is minus 3 over 2, and the value for b when a is equal to a half. So let's go back to my equations. So I have my equation 1 and equation 2. Now substituting into this formula is a lot harder, so I'm going to use equation 2. So I'm going to substitute, so I'll use a different color. So I'm going to substitute a is equal to minus 3 over 2 into equation number 2. So that would mean I have 2 times minus 3 over 2 plus b is equal to 1. Now 2 times minus 3 over 2 is just minus 3 plus b is equal to 1. So that means b is equal to 4 when a is equal to minus 3 over 2. And I need to find the other value. So I'm going to now substitute a is equal to a half into equation number 2. So I'm going to have 2 times a half plus b is equal to 1. Now 2 times a half is just 1. So 1 plus b is equal to 1. Now if I take away 1 from both sides, I'm going to get b is equal to 0. So when a is equal to minus 3 over 2, b is equal to 4. And when a is equal to a half, b is equal to 0. So I'm just going to write that where I have my other solution. So here. So when a is equal to minus 3 over 2, we found that b is equal to 4. And when a is equal to a half, we found that b is equal to 0. So I have my values here and my values there. Now here are some questions for you to try. So there's 3 questions. Now solve these simultaneously and then bring that to the lesson.